I will explain you how to print this particular pattern. So basically I am using Java language. I have created one class pattern program, and inside this class we are having one main method. So this is our main method, and inside this main method what we have is we have one variable list, and one is for loop. So okay, this for loop is important. So before that we need to understand these variables. So we are having three different variables, and first one is row is equal to 4. So what it means? It means we are printing this particular pattern in the 4 rows. So there are 4 rows, that's why we have taken a row is equal to 4. Then int num is equal to 1. So what it means? So we are printing only one particular count number only once. In the second row we are printing it for 2 times, then for the 3 times. So to increase that particular count we are using num, and digit 1 is to increase the number, like here it's 1, then it will be 2, then 3, 4, 5, 6. So that will be increased by using this digit. Okay, so then in the for loop what we have is integer I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to row I plus plus, which means we are executing this particular for loop for the 4 times, for the 4 iterations. So in each iteration what our target is, on the first iteration it will print 1, second iteration it will print this 2, then 2 3, then for 4 5 6, then 7 8 9 10. So this is our expectation for each iteration from this for loop. So how it will work is we are having one more for loop inside the for loop. So it says integer j is equal to 0, j less than num, j plus plus. Okay, so what is num? Num is 1, and we are having system dot out dot print digit. So digit is also 1. Okay, and then we are using digit plus plus. So we are increasing this value for each iteration. For each iteration, the value of the digit will be increased. Okay, so now what will happen is the num is initially 1 and digit is also 1. So the system dot out dot print will print this particular 1, and now digit plus plus, which means that the value of digit is now 2. Okay, so now digit is 2, and this loop will execute. After that, system dot out dot println, this loop will not execute now because num is only 1. So this loop will only execute once, and it has what it has done, it has printed 1, and value of digit is increased from 1 to 2. That 2 tasks performed by this one iteration. Then what will happen is the system dot out dot println will change the row, like in the next line it will print the next for loop. Then num plus plus, we have increased the value of num from 1 to 2 by here, this outside the for loop, this for loop outside the for loop. Okay, for the next iteration, for the second iteration I value 2, what will happen, this for loop will execute. So now num is 2, and so this loop will execute 2 times, system dot out dot print digit. So now digit is 2, because in the last iteration we got this digit increased by 1. So now digit will print once, that is 2, and then again this digit value will increase by 1, that is 3. For the second iteration, because num is 2, that's why this loop will execute once again, and now it will print 3, because it has increased value of digit, so it will print 3. And again for a third iteration it will not execute because num is only 2. Then system dot out dot println will change the row, and num plus plus, num value will increase from 2 to 3. Okay, for the third iteration of this outer for loop, what will happen, this for loop will execute, and now the num value is 3. So system dot out dot print digit, what is digit now, digit value is now 4, and it will print 4. Then digit value will again increase from 4 to 5, and again this loop will execute, and now it will print 5. Again it will execute. Why it is executing now, it is executing for 3 times because num value is 3, that's why this loop will execute 3 times, and it will for each iteration it will print a digit, and every time it will increase value by 1, 4 5 6. So that's how it will work. Again it will change the row, and num value will increase from 3 to 4. And then for the last iteration, what will happen is num value is 4. So this for loop, inner for loop will execute for the 4 times. Now the digit value is 7 because for the last iteration it has increased from 6 to 7. Now it will print 7. Then digit value will increase by 1. Again it will execute and it will print 8. Again 9. Then 10. It will execute for the 4 times and it will print 7, 8, 9, 10. And this is how it will execute. So let's run the code and check whether we have written the correct code and it should print our expected pattern. Yeah, this is how we can print the given pattern in this way. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.